Good morning. Everything in the farm looks so quiet, so chill. But in about a half an hour, I will load up Torm to the trailer. Guess what? Where we're going? I already packed everything yesterday evening, so today I probably forgot half of the things because I'm so excited. I don't really need much, but these are the things I put to the trailer. Let's get Torm. No. Loaded like a champion. I am going to Kenneth Vansweevelt weekend clinic with Torm, and we're about to arrive our destination, Moko Country Hotel, and here's the indoor arena and stables. Happily unloaded and checking out the stables. Now we have a little time to get us ready for the first lesson.
First of all, we'll check out how his mental behavior is, and then we see how far we can go and towards the homework we did already online. Good, yes, and the good decision, that was probably more than plenty in the standing still. So yes, in the standing still, he lowered his head, pretty nice. So then let's see if we can also ask it in movement if needed. If not needed, we will just enjoy the moment, not doing it. Yes. Good, but that we can indeed really see he has plenty of space between the lower jaw and the atlas wing, and he gets a bit rid of the upwards tendency from his neck. Yes. Very nice. Yes, there you go, perfect. Okay, then I think that part is the part for being in front of him. Then I would like to see how he responds when you take him to the lunging work. Yes. Good. So that here in the lunging, for example, I think he has a good walk forward, he lowers the head good. So I would now like to see, if it's of course always like that, if we can also in movement ask his standing a little bit. And it might be that in movement you will need to whip a little bit at the inside of his neck or at the inside of his shoulders to tell him not to come in. But that you would then like to see is now from your hand, if you can ask him to come a little bit inwards with his head. Good. And the littlest moment he does, you praise. Yes, like that. Praise it. Good. And we just have to remember there, we are not only happy with him stretching down when we use the hand, we're only happy with him stretching down and turning the head in.
This is the first day of seminar, the second day of lessons. We're gonna have 2 theory classes today and 2 lessons. Right away I'm gonna be driving to the stables. Good morning, handsome. For the start, I took him for a little walk on the road. I was actually really happy how he behaved because the other horses started to run behind the fence. Soon I'll take him back to the stables and I join the first theory class of this seminar.
So at the moment when I am able to connect myself, my mind towards myself, my body together with my mind, then I have created my very first connection, and that is to me. I want to find a good connection to me. And then I can start to talk about becoming a horse trainer. Because as long as I cannot connect to me, I cannot become a good horse trainer anyway. But then the next question comes, okay, now I have found myself. And now I'm standing into the riding arena with my pupil, my horse. do I want to search connection to my horse, or what would be my first task? And then I do think is, I don't want my horse to connect to me in the beginning, because you'll notice it's not possible probably, and for sure not when you come into a new circumstance. And therefore I think the next journey, that is for me my very first task as a horse teacher, is teaching my horse who he or she is. Getting mental consciousness by letting the horse find his or her own soul, his or her own mindset. So therefore, I want to first of all train a horse coming into the riding arena, explaining how he or she should need to control his or her emotions. And only at the moment when the horse is capable to really understand their own emotions and they can handle their own emotions, that is the moment we can start to go on with our journey.
As the hourglass is over and it's time to clean Torm. And then it's time for baby swipes. And don't laugh at me, I really like a clean horse. Oh my, how dirty he is. Never mind how dusty he still is, we headed to our second lesson.
So now we have a young little stallion coming inside the riding arena. And in many cases, working with stallions, as I said in the theory class, is in many cases a bit more difficult in some areas. Because they will feel the need to take care of their herd. And for example, the behavior which he shows today was something we were predicting a bit yesterday. Because yesterday he was a lot calmer about the surrounding, but today he starts to get also a little bit less introverted, and therefore he will also start to feel more that he has to take care of the surroundings, which is something which he tries to do here. So we will now need to see if we can teach him how to handle his emotions there, yes, and that we can explain him how he should need to behave in a situation like that. But at the moment when she asked the horse to lower the head, she didn't only reach the physical change of shape. She reached, by asking the change of shape, the mind of the horse. Because the mind of the horse calmed down. But it doesn't mean that when the head goes down, that the mind will calm down. But at this moment, Merrily did it in a very good way so that the mind of the horse did change. And the main reason is because her interest was not so much in the lowering of the head. Her interest was in having the horse paying attention. And that is a very different way of asking it. Like also here, her interest is not in the fact that the horse stands still. Her interest is in the fact that the horse stands still and pays attention to her. And because the horse pays attention to her, the result is very different. Yes, and like also here, the little moment that she was waiting, checking out if the horse can be paying attention. Yes, it was not just about waiting and doing nothing. So she was very consciously working on the way how her horse behaves. And then you can see already that now, yes, you get a very nice result, and he started to pay a lot more attention. Yes, so yesterday we started with a little bit work in the trot too, in the front position. And just because I think that the basic balance in the walk is pretty good, that I do think we can do the trot. Because I think for in the walk we just need a little bit more time before we can do things like hunches in and so on. Therefore we need to find other ways to be creative, to really confirm this basic. Yes, and therefore the trotting was an option. Yes, now he started to chase you, so you noticed, you corrected him. And of course today he's a bit more nervous about things, so it might be a bit more difficult to trotting, but we can see how well we can manage anyway. Yes, the walk was indeed less good as yesterday, but let's give it a try anyway to see if we can explain him things, and if we then notice it's too hard, and we skip it. and stop and praise. Very good.
A few more horses we saw during the day.
Standing.
Now
Yes.
right into our third lesson.
Yeah, outside rain. Good. Okay, we take it. Very nice. You started the circle, you could go for your basic standing and bending, and then you see if from the outside rain he could get a little bit more light in the outside shoulder. Good. Yes, there he gets ready. Then seeing that he can keep it, and then the outside rain. Good. And inside hind leg already. Because there you notice that when the outside rein stayed too long, he got a bit stuck. Good. And forward again. Very good. Yes. So in the beginning of the learning process and movement, the outside rein aid is often very shortly presented until you feel he gets a bit lighter and he stretches a bit the neck into the direction of the bending, and then we release. If we will take it too long, they will often throw their weight on the inside, and then we have a problem in movement. Yes, a little driving from the inside hind leg to see that he comes well forward. Yeah. Yeah, good. Yes, and inside hind leg, good. Very good. So you feel the reaction is very small needed. Because there he came already a few centimeters in, and the main thing you really want to teach him is just that this outside front leg needs to get a bit higher, a bit more stretched, and that's plenty. We do not really yet want to change it to come a lot more inside. Very good. Yes, good. And the nice thing to see is also how loose the rope can be. Yes, maybe a little more distance will help. Yes, good. There you go. Good. Yes, there he comes. Then let's see if we can now go towards the M. Yeah. Sending him from the inside rein, walking into his shoulder. Good. And now, yes, good, wait, yeah. Now we need to wait. At that moment, what you notice is when you start to build up your pressure, you start to go behind his head. And at that moment, your body will actually explain the opposite. Your body will say, come in, and your whip will tell, go out. So I think at that moment, it's really important that you stay a bit more forward into your position to support him. And if needed, to stop him and to explain, please, can you think about my aid instead of just going forward, taking speed. Good, yes, so here at the C, we will start it again. Into the direction of the mounting block. Yeah. Stopping him, because you notice he's not paying attention, but where is your position? Yeah, good. Very good. And now to the side, yeah. Yes, good. And praising. Very good. I also think that it's mainly because his brain is pretty full, and that it is really not working with us. Good. So that. Yes, and then I think we can also see here how good natural balance he has by himself without really needing a lot of it. Because I do not know how much education is behind the lunging already. Nothing, yes, that's what I tried to say then. That's what I was remembering. So you see his natural gaits are very good balanced. So in that sense, yes, it is then good that he stays a breeding stallion. Good. Okay, then you can give it a new try to make your hyperbole exercise after the trotting, taking him a little closer. And for me, it doesn't need to be that he responds a complete line, but I just want to see, can you ask it? Oh, great. Then we stop and we do something different. Yes. Yes, good. Okay, very good. Yes, and he was maybe at the end still a little bit fast running, but we're happy he took some energy. Good, and your hyperbole exercise and ending it with a complete stop, remembering to keep your position very good in the front and not stopping your feet. Good, and stopping him, don't stop your feet. Good, very good. And then there you still have then the last little tendency that you want to pull him in. And at that moment what you should rather do it is, because his head turns too much in, he leans away for the shoulder, and I would rather say give the hand to his nose and then make a wiggle there, but don't do it while you pull him to him, because that's the reason why he doesn't stop. Because his head is not in front of his body, and therefore he loses the balance. Then, yeah. Going towards him with your hand. That was it. Very good. Good. That is just a little detail, but it will make for him a big difference. Then I would be interested to see a little bit maybe his canter. So you first go for a little trotting, and I think his basic balance in the trot is anyway pretty good. So I don't think that we need to wait a long time to see some cantering. Yes, here. Yes, good. And praising, very good. Very good. So just that the wall helps us with explaining, this is what I want. Yes, very, very good. Horse, and even sometimes then still in the beginning in your workability, having still the carousel on the head might help, and sometimes you can grab it. The main idea is not that we are not able to not grab the horse and to help it. The main idea is that in liberty we can train it as good as possible, and if needed we need to take physical contact to support them and to explain it.
Our way back home went well. It's 9:15 already, and Torm goes straight to his paddock. Thank you so much for watching.